This channel is for educational purposes only. We show you the how-tos. This should not be constituted as financial advice. Please contact a professional in that area to let you know what you should do with your money. Part of what we do here as beginners in any kind of investing, especially with this crypto, is get familiar with not only the applications, but some of the terminology being thrown around when it comes to investing. Now, as a person who is a wannabe investor, I'm not a financial professional, but just somebody who wants to make some money off of cryptocurrency, whether it's mining or investing. You have to become familiar with the applications, some of the terminology that's being tossed around. We're going to be talking about two terms today. One is FUD and the other is FOMO. These are incredibly important terms when it comes to markets like this, and we're going to get into that right now. Now, you hear these terms tossed around a lot in these type of markets. And what are these type of markets? It's the fear and greed index that we're talking about. And it basically talks about the consumer sentiment when it comes to investments, particularly right now in the crypto community, because that's what we're focusing on. When you have a market where there's a lot of FUD in that index, in that fear and greed index, fear represents the possibility of a bear market. Things are going to drop, prices are going to drop. You get that a lot, like what happened during the FTX debacle and the Celsius debacle and the uncertainty of the Biden administration when it came to regulation on cryptocurrency, when there was a big push at one point in time to uh, curtail some of the growth in cryptocurrency, making it harder for these projects to get started. That introduced a lot of fear. And when there's a lot of fear, people get scared. What they do when they get scared, they tend to pull their money out. It becomes a bear market. So that's the terminology behind that. In such markets, again, we're not financial advisors, but you need to be aware of when you hear those terms to go ahead and start thinking about what your stance on your investment should be. You rationalize that yourself and contact your financial advisor to see if it jives or what's going on. That is FUD. Now, the opposite of FUD is FOMO. That's fear of missing out. And this represents a kind of a bull market because there is almost frenzied buying going on when the speculation of what's going to happen with things like Bitcoin, will it hit 100,000? It already hit 92 or 93,000 per coin. The surge with XRP, XLM, the Stellar network, all of those kind of took off on their own. We're seeing 10, 13, sometimes 24% increases daily with some of these crypto projects. And in these markets, there is significant more buying. More people are clearer on what's the short-term goals in crypto, what their investments are going to do, and people are making a lot of money doing it. Knowing where to get that information is critical. And we're going to go over a few sites where you can see the fear and greed index and what the community census is on a particular project. And I'll show you where to look right now. First site we're going to visit, and I always try to do at least 3 to get a well-rounded bit of information. First site is going to be Alternative ME, and that's alternative.me. Now, this site has a bunch of ads placed on it, but you'll get the information that you need. It gives you what the sentiment is amongst the users or the people surveyed for their study. And with that, you can pretty much judge where the market is. I'm going to give you a chart here and let you know what the range is on these measurements for what constitutes a bull or bear market. And this is just one of the sites. I'm not listing these in particular order, but this one I have gotten turned on to because I just like the colors actually, and it's a lot easier on the eyes than the basic bright white page. But bitdegree.org is another site that has a showcase for this fear and greed index, and it is a lot easier to understand. Not as many ads bombarding you, and definitely um, a good source of information and the reasons why you are going to be using this index, and why you should use multiple indexes from different vendors to get the best information, most up to date information you can on a particular trading day. Last but certainly not least is the coin market cap fear and greed index. Now, you're going to have an alternative bunch of tools that you can use also on this site. Coin market cap has always been my go to for a lot of information when it comes to projects that were going to be released. They used to have a very active um, IPO or ICO, initial coin offering section. It hasn't been doing well since, yeah, I say about mid Biden administration. A lot of these crypto projects just went the way of the dinosaur, especially after the FTX scandal. Just the confidence in new products, startup products are just gone now. But this page is particularly informative. Always have three in your deck or your availability, so you can compare varying sentiments around any project that you're trying to invest in.